Revealing the nominees for the 2023-24 season's best players in the Premier League, Man City dominates. Where is the justice for Arsenal? The reigning king, Manchester City, dominates with 3-star players. Chelsea proudly contributes with 1, and the intriguing surprise, Ollie Watkins, hails from Aston Villa. But surprisingly, Arsenal only has 1 representative, and that's none other than Martin Odegaard. Controversy surrounds the list of nominees for the 2023/2024 Player of the Season, recently announced by the PFA. In the list of the best players of the season previously voted by the Premier League organizers, Phil Foden was the winner. This time, the Man City star naturally continues to be included in the list of the top 6 names. Will Foden win again and sweep up a double award, or will we witness an upset by the other strong contenders? No need to wait any longer. Let's dive into the details in today's video. First, we need to clearly distinguish between the 2 awards mentioned above. Phil Foden's victory a few months ago was an award voted by the Premier League organizers, while this award is organized by the Professional Footballers Association, abbreviated as PFA. Historically, there have been quite a few instances where different players won these 2 individual awards, both of which are considered the most prestigious honors after each Premier League season. In the PFA's nomination list, Manchester City occupies half of the candidates with the presence of 3 stars, Rodri, Erling Haaland, and Phil Foden. Meanwhile, last season's runners-up Arsenal only have Martin Odegaard. The other 2 names are key players who have been pivotal for their teams, Cole Palmer of Chelsea and Ollie Watkins of Aston Villa. As soon as this list was announced, it immediately sparked mixed reactions. Many fans questioned why Arsenal only has 1 representative, Captain Martin Odegaard. The Gunners played excellently throughout nearly the entire Premier League season and only stumbled in a few late rounds. Among them, many of Arsenal's stars showcased impressive performances, most notably Declan Rice. In his first season at Emirates, the expensive signing from West Ham immediately proved his top-tier quality, precisely the upgrade Arsenal's midfield needed. With such an outstanding performance, many experts agree that Declan Rice deserves a spot in the PFA's nominations. In the absence of Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard becomes Arsenal's only hope to compete against Man City's trio. The Arsenal captain scored 8 goals and provided 10 assists in the Premier League last season. However, these statistics have never fully captured the importance of the Norwegian player in Mikel Arteta's system. Odegaard is both a conductor and a leader. The Norwegian star is excellent with his precise passes that split defenses, complemented by his superb individual technique. However, due to his many roles in Arteta's demands, it feels like Odegaard is playing a bit too much for the team. To step into the spotlight, the 25-year-old star needs more moments of individual brilliance. Looking from Man City's perspective, all 3 of their stars are fiercely competing to become the final winner. Let's set aside Phil Foden for now. Erling Haaland's chances are also significant. The Norwegian striker is aiming to win the PFA Player of the Year award for the 2nd consecutive year. It should be noted that in the past, only 3 players have achieved this, namely Thierry Henry in 2003 and 2004, Cristiano Ronaldo in 2007 and 2008, and most recently Kevin De Bruyne in 2020 and 2021. Last season, Haaland might not have exploded with the same ferocity as in his debut season, but the goal tally he set is still unmatched by other forwards. In fact, Haaland only played 31 games in last season's Premier League, and he still managed to score 27 goals to win the Golden Boot for the 2nd consecutive season. The second Man City star, Rodri, is also considered a must-have inclusion. Pep Guardiola can have Man City play without Haaland or Phil Foden, but Rodri is indispensable. You don't need to be an expert to see the importance of the Spanish midfielder in the team's midfield. He is like a lighthouse guiding the way, overseeing all tasks with the class of the world's #1 defensive midfielder today. After his outstanding performance at Euro 2024 with the Spanish national team, Rodri is now also a contender for the Ballon d'Or alongside Declan Rice. In the Man City squad, they were unbeaten in 74 consecutive games until they met Manchester United in last year's FA Cup final. Not only does Rodri excel in defense, but he is also an outstanding orchestrator and a threat from long range with thunderous shots. It's hard to find a current defensive midfielder as complete as Rodri. His stability and influence on the team are how Rodri has become a strong contender in individual award races. If the 28-year-old midfielder wins the PFA award, no one will be surprised. The final star from Man City, who is also the most highly regarded nominee, is none other than Phil Foden. Previously, the English star won the Player of the Season award voted by both the Premier League organizers and the Football Writers Association. This time, Foden will achieve a hat-trick of awards if he convinces the PFA. What the 24-year-old star showcased last season was simply too impressive. He scored 19 goals and provided 8 assists, playing a crucial role in helping Man City win the Premier League for the 5th consecutive season. Unlike his underwhelming performance at Euro 2024 under Gareth Southgate's football, Foden was unleashed under Pep Guardiola. The final 2 names in the nomination list seem a bit overshadowed: Cole Palmer from Chelsea and Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. Speaking of Palmer, he was truly a phenomenon in last season's Premier League. The player who had never started in a Premier League season immediately scored 22 goals in his debut season for his new club. However, it must be noted that of these 22 goals, 9 were scored from the penalty spot. Besides the Player of the Year nomination, Palmer is also nominated for the PFA Young Player of the Year. Last season at Stamford Bridge, Palmer seemed to be the only player who knew how to play football. Many referred to Chelsea as Palmer's team and his friends for this reason. The question now is whether the 22-year-old star can continue his strong team-leading form this season. Among the 6 stars on the final list, Watkins is the only player not from a Big Six team. The English striker played exceptionally well last season, with an impressive record of 19 goals and 13 assists for Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins' destructive form was one of the reasons the Villa Park team qualified for next season's Champions League. Aston Villa's board is doing everything they can to keep their biggest star amidst interest from Arsenal and Manchester United. Watching Watkins play like this, one can barely remember the days when Aston Villa relied on Jack Grealish to carry the team. In this year's individual award race, Watkins may find it challenging to compete with the other stars on the list, but just being nominated is already an achievement for the Aston Villa striker.